everybody. I'm so excited that you have joined us today for our fireside chat. This is our third one this year, and we are still talking about the Inside Workforce Wise fundraising campaign. We have been doing so much to basically build the morale and build the momentum toward this campaign because we really believe that this is something that young people, specifically Black and Latinx and low income youth, really need to have in order to support their workforce development journey. So today's fireside chat is all about joining the movement. Early supporter perks. So we're going to talk about what you can get. You actually are going to get to see the campaign page as you are supporting this fundraising campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and click to the next slide. Some of you may be joining us for the first time. And so we want to kind of give you an overview of what we're doing. You're like, well, what are you doing this fundraiser for? So this is really about how we can create innovation. So Bunifu Learning for Life is a business here headquartered in Washington, D.C. I'm one of the owners. We also have Maurice as the co-owner of Bunifu that's on. And he's going to talk a little bit about why we're doing this. But first, what are we doing? So our goal is really to break down systemic barriers in career readiness for Black, Latinx, and low-income teens through the development of an innovative AI-driven digital career readiness platform that will provide students with career educational experiences through immersive simulations, personalized learning paths, and comprehensive educator and family support tools. So we are creating this unprecedented access to career advancement opportunities for under-resourced youth. So we're trying to essentially fundraise for $100,000 to create an app that is culturally driven design. So it's really specific about how we're designing this app to make sure we're enhancing and empowering Black, Latinx, and low-income youth. So the content is going to reflect their identities and also their life experiences. We also know how important to create an ecosystem of care, that they have supports in every way to support them through this career journey. So we want to create this app that supports involving family, educators, as well as the community and the business community. And then we know that we get a lot of requests that many young people, Gen Zers, really want that one-on-one personalized support. So we want this app to provide some personalization and guidance to support, the different pitfalls and challenges, as well as achievements that young people go through or Gen Zers go through, and provide them support through this innovative app. But we have to raise the money to make this a reality. So I'm going to go ahead and, pass it over to Maurice, and he's going to talk about our story a little bit and why we're doing this.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Coming live out of DC, Washington, D.C. And my responsibility today is to tell you a little bit more about our story and explain how we even came up with Bunifu and how we're starting to make our move in this workforce wise platform that we're creating. Well, our story, as you can see from the picture there's three of us in our family. Of course, it's Jennifer and myself, and then it's our son, James. And being that James, who is 11-year-old boy, full of energy, full of life, did have been diagnosed with epilepsy and also is dyslexic. And so from our viewpoint and being just African American male, we knew that there may be some challenges and obstacles ensuring that he kind of gets that fair playing field as he moves in and out of life into different things in terms of school and high school and things of that nature. So we just wanted to give him an opportunity and an equal playing field to reach out to get some of those goals and successes that we so want. And just like you want for your kids, we wanted the same thing for James. And so at that time, we felt like Bunifu was the vehicle that could help us create those types of training solutions, not just for him, but also for other children that look just like James or in the same, social economic situation where sometimes they're forgotten. We wanted to make sure that we could provide solutions that make sure that those folks are not forgotten and they have the opportunities that everyone else has. With that, we came up with 6 values in terms of the solutions that we create. The first value is just being transformative. We want something new in education. And being that I've worked in education for several years, a lot of times you're kind of lectured to and things of that nature, but things are changing. People are learning from videos and YouTube and all types of different things. And so we wanted to be in that space where we were transforming education to provide more access for all types of individuals. We wanted to be creative. Bunifu in its name itself is Swahili for being creative. And so we wanted to be thinking outside the box. Both Jennifer and I, Jennifer had the 9-to-5 job, and where she felt like her creativity was sometimes squashed, Bunifu gives us an opportunity to actually bring out more of our creative side. And that is one of the things we wanted to make sure our solutions had. We also wanted to be not ordinary. We wanted to be different. We wanted to be outside the box. And for us, a lot of that is stemmed through focusing on cultural competence, ensuring that we are providing as much accessibility to as many people as possible so they can get what they need to continue to move forward in their life. We wanted to have a community-centered approach. We believe a village is what helps, our child go through the education system and just life in general. And we wanted to bring that same type of concept into our solutions. And then finally, well, 2 more things. We wanted to be persistent, and persistent is just not giving up. And just watching our son and dealing with some of the things that some people would call as obstacles or challenges, he's been very persistent to get to the levels in which he's gotten to now, where he's a consistent honor roll student, all A honor roll and all AB honor roll student. And it's just a joy to be around. And you can see that his future is bright. And then finally, we just wanted to be very future focused. We wanted to ensure that, again, kids that look like James and are dealing with some of the similar issues had as much opportunity as possible. So with that, we kind of are going to talk about what we think the problem is in terms of why we thought a solution like Workforce Wise was something that could be a great benefit to the educational ecosystem. And you can see some of the stats here. I'll kind of gloss through a few of them. You can see there on the first bullet, only 19% of Black teens and 23% of Latin teens report having access to career guiding resources or career guidance resources. So obviously we want to change that. Like I said, we have a son that's going through that same process. And so we want to ensure that he has those abilities to reach out to the dreams and the visions and things that he has on his life that he wants to try to get to. Teens from historically marginalized communities often face geographic, economic, and cultural barriers, and that limits exposure. And as you can know, exposure is the key to everything. The more things that you're exposed to, the more things that you can see, the more education, the more knowledge that can be gained. One size fits all type of solutions that are out there. We wanted to try to get out of that, because I think sometimes we put people in a box, and the way that the world is coming closer and closer together, we need to figure out better solutions so we can ensure that all kids can move forward and doing great things. low engagement with traditional career readiness programs, just due to passive and outdated content. It's just another thing to make sure that we're staying fresh and staying new and bringing appropriate solutions that work with this generation, which is a changing generation from the times that Jennifer and I were kids. So making sure we staying on top of that. And then finally, just insufficient exposure to real world careers. The many of times that, and I think we've all kind of felt this way, where there may have been a field you wanted to go into and you thought there was one particular job that you could have in that field, but there were so many other options. And so making sure that we can expose people to those different career fields in an area. So again, that they can feel the best comfort and actually reach their full purpose that's been placed on them. But that's the problem. And now we'll turn it over to Jennifer, and then she'll start to talk about the solution.
Thanks, Marie. So the solution. So we believe that the solution, one of the solutions, I think that there's a system of things that need to happen nationally as well as globally. But we want to create this AI-driven platform that's called Workforce Wise. Now, we do believe that it should be culturally responsive career simulations. That means that it has to reflect the historical backgrounds and traditions and experiences of a diverse population, Black and Latinx and low income, in order to provide adequate engagement. There are 9 interactive modules covering self-discovery. We believe that identity development, that young people need to be able to embrace who they are, and that is part of their career journey. Also, diversity, equity, inclusion seems like such a scary word now. But we do believe that it is important for young people, especially underrepresented, low income, have the skills of self-advocacy when they're in the world and they're interacting professionally. So some of the modules are focused on that. Also, social entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is now a big thing. Everybody is owning a business, or they have something on the side, or they desire to have that. Young people want to either be in a job and have some entrepreneurship type of abilities or skills that they like to have. So we have a whole unit or module that is on social entrepreneurship, how you can help your community, how you can help the world by using a business idea. And then career pathway exploration. Now, it is so important. Young people are saying, I want this. Well, sometimes we don't even know what careers are happening. We have artificial intelligence, we have cyber security, we have so many different careers. We have fintech now, we have ed tech. Everything is, either technology, and then now it's not a 4-year degree, it's a 2-year degree, or is it a certification, or is it a certificate? What is it? So how do we help young people be able to explore a pathway that best fits them, but also in a very ever-changing environment? And so we're hoping that this app will provide that. For educators, we do understand that it is an ecosystem of care, that educators, especially those who guide young people, whether it's a teacher, a school counselor, advisor, a principal, whomever that is in the school, a volunteer, a coach, that they have access to data like labor market insights and intervention alerts to maximize the effectiveness of this platform. And we cannot leave out family. Now, family for young people or young people of color, it may not be mom and dad. It may be a caretaker. It could be a cousin. It could be an auntie, an uncle. It could be grandpa, grandma. It could be whomever, sister, brother. But we do believe that there needs to be an ecosystem of care. And part of that is the family. So we want to provide specialized videos and downloadable resources to help build legacy, because we believe that Workforce Wise is about creating an economic stable workforce, right? So that means generational wealth. And that's all about this app. Also, I already talked a little bit about what we will focus on: cultural driven design, ecosystem of care, and one-on-one. And we believe that this is the solution to some of the challenges that Maurice talked about earlier. So, Maurice, this is really about raising this money. So we are looking to raise 100,000, and that's just to start us off to build this app. Now, don't get me wrong, Bunifu has been doing work since 2017 with workforce development, career development, both in the private sector for business to business, government. And so we have a lot of training and development and e-learning customization. So we know how to build certain ways in which to create engaging courses for young people. So we believe that we can do a great transition through this app. And we know that the most diverse generation in the US right now is Gen Z, right? That's 13 to 30 years old. Those are the ones who are going to help build our economy, who's going to master the things that we need for the workforce. And they are the most diverse population. So we need to make sure that we support and we understand and we are inclusive of who they are. So I am going to share with you, I'm going to stop right now I'm going to share my screen because I do want to walk you through the Workforce Wise page where you can donate. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about the perks and the things like that. So just sharing my screen there. Should be coming up. Let's see. Is it coming up for you? Do you all see it?
I can see it. It looks good.
Okay, awesome. So this is the Workforce Wise, and we're going to give you a QR code at the end of this live stream, but we can also put the link in the comments for you to actually click, and if you want to donate today. But it has a little video to give you a little detail of who we are and why we're doing this. We are at 46 days left. This is the second phase of our campaign, and we're looking right now in the second phase to raise at least $25,000 to reach our $100,000 goal. And we have one backer right now, so we definitely need someone to, provide some support. Now, I am going to go into the different perks. Now, any amount is helpful, whether it's $2, $5. But if you start increasing your giving, you do get some perks to the campaign. So as you can see, we do have a donor wall for those who provided $25 or more. We do have a digital recognition where this digital recognition is on our website, where you get digitally recognized in the amount that you've provided. We've already had some people who have given $500 to $25 as well. And so for each perk that you provide, you get something. We've had those who've given that $500, and we have highlighted them on our social media channels, saying how they're going to contribute and impact through this platform. Right now, we have actually connected with over 50,000 young people through our customized e-learning. And so we want to push that in the first year to impact about 5,000 young people or Gen Zers. And so as you are looking at the different perks, $500 could support many, many, many students in our first year of the development of this platform. We have $1,000 where we will provide you a personalized gratitude and thank you for all the support you're providing you. Any little bit will help. We are also looking 2,000 for certificates. We'll send out a certificate that you can put on your wall and say, hey, I've given back. I've donated. I am providing support to Gen Z, the next generation, to build that legacy. And then one of the top perks that we have is a $5,000 perk. And this perk is you get a meeting, a one-on-one meeting with us. You get a meeting right now, but then you get to actually talk to us. So, and then we can, share with you what we have done. This is a social enterprise. Bunifu is an enterprise that is based on the United Nations Sustainability Goals. And what we really want to do is make sure we are providing an equal playing ground for all. We want to make sure that we're innovative and we're creating innovative things in order to, change where we are. So this AI platform is something that we believe is the next thing that is necessary for Black, Latinx, and low-income students. And this is our first target. We're not saying that, hey, that's the only thing we're going to focus on. We want to expand, but right now we're starting with Black, Latinx, and low-income students and teens from that Gen Z generation. So that gives you a little bit about our perks. If you visit the actual website here, it is housed on Indiegogo. And this, it gives you an overview. It talks about our story, what we need, and what you get. We are going to go through phases with this campaign as we get money. We're going to make sure we have a tight curriculum package, and then we're going to do some digital expansion. There's also frequently asked questions here. How we will impact. It'll give you some quantitative and qualitative data on how it's actually going to be impacted. And testimonials. We're not asking you to give to something that we have no idea is not going to work. We have worked with school districts, schools across the country to essentially provide skills to young people. And our track record and our testimonials are here. You'll actually see some of our clients that are have already engaged with the work that we are doing. And of course, Mo and I are always doing these fireside chats. So you'll see us every month. We got three more to go before the end of the campaign. So please join us, and each topic is different. You even get to see the inside of some of these. As you can see, this is reflective of the experiences of young people. And humor goes a long way. Music and humor go a long way in some of these interactive, immersive experiences. But if you cannot give today, you can be a workforce wise ambassador. So that means that you are a champion for this work, for this fundraiser. So if you could get in your network, a friend to give $5, $20, $1,000, great. We want those who can champion this effort. If you can't give at this time, we're asking you to just spread the word, get other people to engage into this conversation. Again, we appreciate those who have already given to the work that we have started, and we have appreciated everything that they have contributed. And we're asking for those of you who haven't to contribute or go within your network and share the word. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Maurice, is there anything you want to add while I add back the slides?
Well, I think you answered the question I was going to ask, and that was beyond financial contributions, what's other ways that you can kind of join the movement? And you already talked about You could be an ambassador. I think what I also would add, especially for any entrepreneurs or business owners that are out there, if sometimes it doesn't fit in your maybe in your wheelhouse, but you may know other people that are part of your network that there may be some interest. And so there is no problem or no issue if you reach out to us and we can, set up even a call or something to that effect with a small group of folks in your network that may be interested. And then the way that we work in business is, whoever we're connected to, and again, it talks about community and it talks about ecosystem. We're also going to look out for you as well. So, we'll find out what you're doing in business and try to, as we run into different things and we see where there's connecting points, we're going to we'll help you connect with, different businesses and things of that nature. We are a minority-based owned business, both nationally and locally. We've been a part of a few different programs in terms of incubators and things of that nature. And so our network is vast. And so we like to just make sure that everybody, the way I always say it is everybody can eat. Everybody has got a place at the table. And we want to see everyone rise. Different business owners, different children, obviously kids, things of that nature. But we want to make sure that everybody has opportunities. So, Jennifer, I don't know if you wanted to add anything else that they can contribute if it's not a financial contribution.
No, I think just spreading the word. I think that this is an important topic. There's a problem, a crisis that is going on where there's a gap for career guidance, especially for underrepresented groups. And just to get the word out there, how do we prepare our underrepresented groups? Because technology is changing so quickly, things are changing so fast, and we have to provide the skills that are necessarily for them to basically build that legacy, to make sure that they have that economic prosperity, what we call the American dream, to make sure that they are prosperous in what they're doing in the future. I just do want to remind you to choose. These are some perks, again, that I went through just to remind you. Of course, if you contribute, you can contribute less than 25. There is where you can do $5 or $10. But we do provide perks for those who are doing 25 to 5,000 meeting with us. And also social spotlights and personalized thank yous and certificates. So just remember, if you are contributing, we want to support your efforts and definitely say thank you in different types of ways. If you did not get an opportunity to see the website, to contribute, to donate, what you can do is scan the QR code that's there on the screen. So go ahead and scan, and it'll take you directly to the website so you can donate and make your contribution. Maurice and I want to thank you all for joining us. Maurice, did you want to go ahead and say something as we close?
Yeah, one other thing, and this may be on the schedule for our fireside chats, but one of the things we're also excited about is the user group, that diversity that Jennifer was talking about. We created a user group just within our kind of close network, and there's a lot of diversity there. So we're actually going to be having folks test this out in that Generation Z group. And so we'll start to see some data and some results start to come out of that as we start to put that out there. But that's an exciting group. We can't release a whole lot of information on that yet, but we're pretty close to finalizing that group. And I think you'll be excited about some of the people that are participating and some of the backgrounds that are actually going to get their hands on this product. So super excited about that. And I just wanted to put that out there.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Make sure you scan that QR code and donate, or please push it out to your network. Thank you so much.